What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. So I want to do something a little bit different this time when it comes to the channel. I wanted to actually jump on here and actually speak to you guys about, just some, I guess you say, real stuff that's been going on, as well as just like where I keep bouncing back and forth on this channel and like just posting things here and there and like, just not consistent as I should be, I guess you could say. But the truth be told is like, I've been trying to understand how to go about this channel and doing things I enjoy, from like the tech reviews and just talking and things like that, and fitness and this, that, and the other. And of course, nothing is overnight, and if you ain't consistent with it, nothing's ever going to come. So I wanted to get on here because I'm actually going to be doing something a little different, and it's like, I guess you could say it's a little different, but realistically, I think I'm just going to be authentic. I'm actually just going to be authentic with the fact of like my life, because it's like whenever I sit here and I try to post something, as far as like it might be an overview of like something I bought, or like a tech review of something I bought or something like that. But what gets me the most is like, I love that stuff, but you don't know me and it ain't me. So something has been itching, I guess you could say, for me to just come on here and just start being authentic and really just rolling the dice, as far as like just putting authentic stuff out there, just vlogging, doing me, and just being me. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is, if I'm gonna build a community around something, of course, or build friendships, I guess you say, and or have supporters, it's like, why not have supporters support me for who I am and for me? So I'm gonna try my best to like get all this cleared in one video, as well as like speak on everything that I can speak on. But we're going to start it out where today's day one for me, as far as just jumping on the 75 hard. Some of you guys might know that. I might put something in the description to explain it, but basically it's just like a couple things you have to follow for 75 days, as far as your eating, and different things like that. So I have been picking it up, dropping it, picking it up and dropping it. Of course I've been failing, but today is day one with that, as well as I want to bring this into the mix: 30 days with Jesus. And the reason why I'm bringing this into the mix is because what gets me the most is throughout my journey, as far as like trying to fulfill my vision I see, as far as like because I shoot videography and photography, and I'm trying to fulfill that as far as full time. And I moved to Vegas going on 3 years ago, and I've just been trying to fulfill it, as well as escape the corporate world. And I've always caught myself just being dabbled being tied to the corporate world. There's nothing against my job. I'm very grateful for my job that I have right now, as well as what it's bringing to me. But the thing that gets me the most is like, I've always envisioned myself working for myself, and like doing certain things that I've I learned along the way. It's just I take all fault that I've never been fully consistent with all these things that I've learned along the way. So the thing that gets me the most is I'm taking the steps in this direction with, as far as like doing my 75 hard again. I've completed the 75 hard 3 times, but I've always landed back to my old ways, and I never understood it. So I'm reading the book this for like probably the 3rd or 4th time, called Atomic Habits, and something in this book, for the 4th time reading it, I guess you could say, or the 3rd time reading, I can't really remember if it was 3 or 4 times, that it clicked with me. It said that if there's no system in play whenever you're going for goals, then of course you're going to fall right back into your old ways. And when I read that, it just like boom, it clicked, because I was like, that's it. Once I completed the 75 hard, it was something that I completed a goal, but I didn't have no system in play of like, what am I doing after I get done? So I went back to my old ways. And a lot of people probably don't even know this, but it's like, I put myself out here all the time to be transparent and things like that, and try to let people know through the things that we go through in life, that you're not alone. And I have a history of binge eating, what I'm saying, and it probably falls under all kind of different reasons of why I go to food for comfort, and it's always got the best of me, to the point where it's brought depression, major depression my way, and confusion, and I didn't be able to understand, like, what am I doing wrong? How do I always run to this? And to this day, I still don't understand it, and I still every once in a while will battle a little bit here and there. But what's so crazy is I'm at a point now where I feel like I can say this without being ashamed, maybe, but probably still feeling a little ashamed. But in the mix of the binge eating, of course, dabbling in smoking weed and stuff, and I feel like that also brought forth as far as like the binge eating and things like that as well. And it's just one of those things where I guess you could say, one, I've always wanted to beat the binge eating, and one, I've always wanted to understand the smoking part of it as well, because I've noticed that whenever an obstacle or something comes my way, it's like all the noise in my head, it gets to a point where like I light one up and try to relax and forget about it, I guess you could say. And honestly, that's not the way I feel like it should be handled. How I would do it whenever Tremaine's not over here and smoking and things like that, he would face it full on. He would face whatever it is, and I feel like that's what it is. I need to face whatever it is that I guess is stopping me from going forward, because there's been multiple things that I've realized that I need to do, and those things that I'm gonna try to explain this the best way, but it's like God speaking to me in certain ways, or speaking to me through certain people, letting me know that all the things that I envision and dream of, it's waiting on me. But I have to you have to be obedient, and you have to repent and understand that trust in me. And it's been like going back and forth, this, that, and different things of like, because I wasn't raised in a church, all the things that I'm learning about faith in God and stuff, I've learned a lot of it myself, and understanding myself, and I just am at a point in life where it's like the next step that I feel like I'm going to, one, I can't go to that next level without him, of course, but it's not going to the next level without him. Truth be told, I don't want to go to the next level without him. I want to fulfill what my Lord and Savior wants me to do with what he's given me, and also what he's telling me. It's like I want to fulfill that fully. I want to fulfill my purpose, and I feel like implementing something like this right here, like I told you guys, day 30, I haven't read day 1. I'm reading day 1, and most likely what I'm trying to do on this part is I'm actually going to try to speak with you guys every single day about something, whether it be I'm talking about my journey, talking about how it's going. If I don't even, honestly, I didn't even want to make this video. If you want to know the truth, I didn't even want to make this video. I truthfully did not want to make it, but I had to, because there comes a time, a point where it's you can either keep drowning in what you're getting, or you can try your best to swim to shore and just try to figure it out or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I only know if that's a good way to put it, but I just feel like it's truly time to buckle down and try to understand what it is that he's on my, what it is that he's on my heart heavy to do, as well as my soul and stuff, because he's wanting me to do something clearly, and what he's want me to do is like my purpose, is what I'm getting, is what I feel, and like I said again, I'm learning. And when I put this out here, for anyone that comes across this, and if you made it this far, and as far as listening to this video, I want to thank you. But anyone that comes across this that has their 2 cents that they would like to put into this, please do, because the reason of me putting this out here, and as well as me making this video, is to, one, find some Christ-like friends, some Christ-like people, and as well as start something up, start something as far as a journey for myself. This is I don't know where this is going, but it's something that I feel like I need to do. Like I said, I didn't even feel like doing it, but I'm doing it anyways, because I know it's what needs to be done. So the goal is, out of this, of course, the 75 hard is going to be the usual. That's just going to get me back to my routine, to get me away from all the stuff that, the bad cycle of eating and things like that is, and just get me back to my routine and start moving. So, y'all might see some fitness stuff. You might catch me in the gym. It might be this, it might be that, but I'm gonna talk about the 75 hard here and there as well. I'm gonna talk about what I'm learning when it comes to 30 days with God. Talk about little things that's going on throughout my day, as far as things I might witness or stories I might have. and be creative with it, of course, because that's the number one thing. Well, not the number one thing. No, that's definitely not number one. Number one thing is right here, God. Of course, that's the number one thing, is getting closest to Him as I can. But I might talk about, like, being creative, just throw some things out there, take you guys with me as far as like whenever I'm doing sessions and gigs. But the alternative, is to just share my experience, as well as just like create truth. As you guys can see on the banner, as far as like on my page, you see it. It's like I had that, but it's so crazy that literally just popped into my head, and it wasn't like planned for me actually saying that. But like that's the thing I always said, create truth. So it's like I feel like that's what I need to start doing, is create truth. Reality. Reality. We all go through a lot of things. We all deal with depression. We all deal with not knowing which way to go when you're at a fork in the road, or not understanding how to move. And it's like sometimes it's like people like me, I feel like I'm alone when it comes to a lot of these things, and realistically we're not. It's just it takes you being like open and like talking to people, and the next thing you know, the person that you knew all your life is going through the same things, and then y'all can figure them out together. So it's like that's where I'm at on it, is like the 75 hard, 30 days with God. And my thing is like also to push myself to become free from a 9-to-5. I truly feel like it's I've always told my wife that something's coming. Something's like something good, like a wave of something's good. We just gotta stay the path. Something good's coming, and I just feel like it's just time to push it. And I'm here to take any type of tips. I'm here to listen. I'm here to talk. My thing is like not to put this video out there for like views and likes. It's truly to put it out there for hopefully other people come in, and we just share our stories, or we just share our experiences, and just grow together. Because realistically, is like I said, I'm trying to fulfill a dream. My dream is like I would love to shoot content full time, and as well as do photography, and just kind of like win back my time to a sense, as well as control my time a little bit more, and that's always been one of the main things. And what other way can I fulfill that without God being fully in my life, because He's going to move me and put me in front of the people, and put me around the people that I know that I need to be around, as well as in front of. And another creator that I watch, he said something that that hit with me. He said he was like, there's 5 rules why your business isn't making it, I think, or something like that. And one of the main rules that, and this guy, it got a follow on my end for me, because as soon as I read it, I followed him. I gotta follow this guy. And it's like one of the main rules he said was I think it was actually rule number 1 maybe, but I could be wrong. And I can't remember what his name was, otherwise I'd post him. So I'm sorry if I can't remember what the name was on Instagram right now. But it said, you haven't invited God into your business. And I was just like, I pray to you, I go to you for like answers, I ask you for guidance, I pray to you for good sleep, I thank you for good days, I all these things. And I never came to you and invited you into my business. Before I made this video, I prayed over it. And this is me inviting God into my business. This is me stepping back and saying, take the wheel. I'm listening, and let's move how I should. So for what it's worth, it's just one of them things, man. I was like, let's just see how this journey goes. Let's see how things, actually, they didn't even know, let's see how it goes. It's going to be up and down. It's going to be days where I don't feel like speaking. It's going to be days where I have nothing. I don't even know what to say, maybe, but I feel like speaking, but I don't even know what to say, and it's all good, because that's what it's all about. It's about understanding growth, ups, downs, and everything. And, yeah, so this is day 1. I'm about to open up the book, about to read day 1 as far as like 30 Days with Jesus. I already read my book with Atomic Habits for the day, already done my workouts. I think for 75 hard, all I got left is like a drink, drink my water. Yeah, drink my water, and make sure I'm eating right, which I already got my food prep and everything else. But yeah, day one on the 75, day one as far as 30 days with Jesus, day one as far as not smoking, and day one at 100% full faith and full hope that this is the path I should be on. So for anyone that took the time to watch it all the way up till now, I want to say I truly appreciate you. If you want to subscribe, cool. If not, it's all good. No worries. But I feel like the people that was meant to see this will come. And the people that were meant to share their story as well as share their input will come. And, I'm excited for what it's worth, because I know from the fact of what God can do. I know what he's done with me in these 3 years, as well as I know what not smoking can really do, because it does bring fog, it does bring all this other stuff, and it also does bring a point of it makes me isolate myself, truth be told, away from crowds and things like that, or away from just people in general. And I know what not smoking can do. It truly, it blocks out my potential, all honesty. To each their own. A lot of people probably can smoke and be full functional, as well as it helps you be creative and these things, and I get it. I'm not knocking it, not one bit. To me, no, it brings bad eating, bad choices, and isolation, and it also silences me, and as far as my creativeness, and as far as just all around, and I'm over it. I want to become the person I know I was meant to become through his glory, So again, day 175, day one with Jesus, and day one of no smoking, and I'm going to keep you guys posted as much as I can. Might be at the gym sometimes talking, might be taking a walk with me, might be taking a ride with me, might just be sitting in the park with me. I don't know. I'm just going to run with this and enjoy every single day, instead of sitting here trying to rush it. Because when I did the 75 hard as well, the first couple times, I always wanted to rush it, get to the end, because I know what it'll bring as far as look and physique. As far as mentally, it's not a fitness challenge, but I know what it'll bring, just all around, because it's an amazing challenge. So it's of course I always want to rush, but this time it's time to just breathe and take our time and understand what each day is doing and where it's taking me. Because at the end of this, there's no end goal. The end goal to this is to create a system. So whenever this 75 is over, or these 30 days are over, I have created a system to where I continue to keep pushing all these things that I'm doing and all these things that I've learned. And then what I'm gonna do with that is probably share it and support the others out here that might be going through the same thing or might be dealing with the same stuff. We're all God's people, or we're all God's children. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, we're all God's children, and we all deserve to win. No one deserves to lose. We all deserve to win. And reality is, I feel like you truly can win, no matter how much it feels like the odds are against you. It takes L's to get a win. It takes failure to gain knowledge. We were never losing. We were all just learning and growing. Peace.